Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Kakadash, double understood the elders and apostles of great millstone. Many blessings and salutations unto the hopefully elect, the house of David, the Bay after our die, for whom these epistles are written for these last days. Shalom to the elect. I wanted to go into a quick lesson dealing with adversity. And in the sense of, I wanted to liken it to the story of Jacob wrestling the angel and the adversity that he had to endure in order to get that blessing from that angel. And, that's what we're doing. We're wrestling with this world every day, figuratively, right? And, dealing with the daily journey, ups and downs, arts you might have with a brother or whatever, and, we're trying to, balance it all out so that, Satan doesn't get a victory. Okay. Especially not an easy one because, we're going to fall in the flesh, man. It's just a part of the walk. This was a part of the story, but overall, you want to be of the elect that's going to overcome in the end. So let's get into this real quick. And I pray that this is edifying for those of you that have the eyes salve and the ears to hear. All right, this is 2 Corinthians 12:7. It says, unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me, lest I should be exalted above measure. And listen, that's if you have lungs in your air and you're one of your forefathers line goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Israel, Jacob, right? This is a balance, but we're not trying to be exalted in this society at not whatsoever. I'm not trying to be some famous rapper or somebody, is that if you have that already, okay, that's fine, right? If you already had a career, whatever, right? But the real job is what we're doing now. Those of you that have the eyes salve and the ears to hear, we're not looking for what this world is offering. You see, what this world is offering a corruptible crown. This world offers a corruptible crown, and we're looking for the incorruptible crown, right? The corruptible crown is made of flesh. The incorruptible crown is made of the spirit, right? Continuing. 2 Corinthians 12:8. Let me read 7 again, because that was pretty powerful. It says, unless I should be exalted above measure through the abundance of the revelations, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh. And then look, and when we get these, man, the Lord gave us the spirit. He gave us the eyes salve and the ears to hear, and to be able to see this world for what it truly is. And that comes with a thorn in the flesh. Okay. He don't give you that gift and not give you some adversity with it. Right. I mean, it just makes too much sense. Don't pray for faith, wisdom, and understanding, and don't think he ain't gonna put you in a situation where you have to use it. See, the Lord is not in the business of giving gifts to you and you just sitting on it. The Lord does not like that. He would, if you ask for something, right, you pray for it, the Lord expects you to use it. Okay, there was a gift given unto you. All right, it says, there was given to me a thorn in the flesh, the messenger of Satan to buffet me. Right. So Satan, all right, he's an angel as well. He's an angel. He is sent to bring, pain, right, so to speak. He's sent to bring, bring out that balance, right, where you're going to have to use those talents that you acquired, right. You're not going to just sit around and just collect talents and don't do nothing with them. The Lord hates that. He says so in a parable of the 5 foolish and the 5 wise virgins. Right? And you're just not using your talent, and he's going to remove that talent from you. Okay, and you're going to be forced to have to go back into the world and go get more talent or more oil in that case. Talking about the 5 foolish virgins or the 5 wise virgins, right? You're going to have to go back into the world and get that oil. And that oil does not exist in the world. It comes from the heavens, right? So anyway, it says, lest I should be exalted above measure. That's right. It says, for this thing I besought the Lord Yahweh Baal Shemal Shah thrice, that it might depart from me. Right. And that thorn in the flesh, it sucks. It absolutely sucks. Right. Demons get on you. They hop on you, boy, and they come fast. They come with smooth words. Okay. And they come swiftly too. They see an opening and they make sure they jump and attack. Okay. And the Lord gave you this armor to protect yourself. Okay. It says, verse 9, it says, here's the point. And he said unto me, my grace is sufficient for it. And this is red letter from Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. It says, he said, my grace is sufficient for thee, for my strength is made perfect in weakness. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Okay. My strength is made perfect in weakness. Fair use, YouTube, fair use. Right? That's a powerful statement what the Lord has made right there. It makes perfect sense why he laid down his life, man. The Lord put the Spirit on him to do that. He was a willing lamb for the elect. So that the elect, all right, can come into this truth, man, and be forgiven for their sins. I mean, when the elect meet up with their Lord, their Lord and Savior, Yahweh Shai, it's going to be tears are flowing. I'm just going to be real with you. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's just the emotional side of it, because what he did was effing awesome. Okay. It says, let me read that again. 2 Corinthians 12:9, it says, my grace is sufficient for thee. It's like in my grace is sufficient for thee. For my strength is made perfect in weakness. Most gladly, therefore, will I rather glory in my infirmities. It says that the power of Hamashiach may rest upon me. Right. So in these infirmities that we're receiving, that's when your strength is starting to be strengthened. It makes sense that the Lord takes you through things so that you can be tested out. That's that fire of baptism. Huh? The Lord is poetic, yet stern. He's many things. He's everything. And you will learn that lesson by hook or crook. Okay? Verse 2 Corinthians 12:10, it says, therefore I take pleasure in infirmities, in reproaches, in necessities, in persecutions, in distresses, for Hamashiach's sake. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Man, Lord is not playing around. Okay? Okay. Lord makes it very, very, it's just so powerful, man. The Lord understands our infirmities. That's why he gives us the things that we are equipped with now, especially coming out of this world. This is a wicked fucking world we live in, man. We need strength from on high, and the Lord has provided that. He has strengthened our minds, even in the fact that we went through I call it that little concentration camp called elementary, middle school and high school, and even college. Those are concentration camps, man. And we still made it through, and we're still here. And we're still pushing, and not only that, thriving spiritually. Despite your financial situation, despite your situation with your woman or family or whatever the fuck you got going on. I mean, I don't mean to be so, so crass about it, but I'm just being completely real. You've been abased, but through that abasement, you're being exalted. Okay. This is Philippians 4:12. It says, I know both how to be abased and I know how to abound everywhere and in all things. I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry. Balance, baby. Balance. Okay. It says both to abound and to suffer need. The Lord takes you through these things. And I'm talking to those of the hopeful elect first and foremost, because you're going to understand that balance that is needed in order for you to suffer, but also be exalted. Even at your lowest, even when you're perceived the worst, right? The Lord asks you for patience. He doesn't ask you for much, but he asks you for patience and to wait. What does patience mean? Suffer. You gotta wait, right? We know we got the victory. We know it all the time. The scriptures are written, but you still gotta wait. We're not going out here pushing them LA riots, okay, like they're doing out there. That's for the 2/3 to do, right? The 2/3 are gonna go out there and they gonna ruffle and they gonna wrestle and they gonna do all type of bullshit. Meanwhile, all you gotta do is wait, right? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, that which protects you and your loved ones, if so be, right? The Lord wants you to be patient as he does his work, and he works very fast. Trust me when I tell you, every second, every millisecond, you have nostrils or air in your nostrils, air in your lungs, the Lord's working. Learn to appreciate the little things, right? It says, even the infirmities, especially the infirmities. Okay. It says, and this is one of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite boxers, Evander Holyfield. He used to have this written on his tights, Philippians 4:13. All right. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen me. Even in your lowest time, even the time when you're like, damn, man, I don't know how the hell I'm going to make it through this. I don't know how I'm going to pay this rent. I don't know how I'm going to get these lights back on. I don't know anything. You at wit's end, man. Don't know what's going on. The Lord just comes through. Now, not every time. Sometimes you just got to you got to suffer a loss. It is what it is. But when you really got to have it, I'm talking about when you got no answers, literally, that's what the Lord loves coming through. That's his favorite time. That's when he want to come through. The elders down in Dallas used to always say this. We're in the fourth quarter. It's 10 seconds left, and when they up by 100, I don't know how the fuck we gonna pull this victory out. The building will have to blow up, right? So, something like that. And that's exactly how the Lord works, man. The Lord loves that, man. He loves coming for you through the clutch, right? That's why we marvel clutch players in the sports arena, right? We marvel at Tom Brady or, Michael Jordan, right? Somebody who comes through the clutch. How much more Yahweh Shema Shai, the clutches of all clutches, right? The Lord is an awesome being, man. Okay. And when you deal with your adversity as a man, the Lord likes that. Talking to the man first, right? You as a woman who's of the hopeful elect, you as well. The Lord wants you to deal with your hardship as a woman, not to take the damn easy way out, man. Deal with it. Okay? Children, obey your parents. We keep order. That's what we do. Right? Starting as the men, we have elders and apostles and bishops and lieutenants and sergeants and the men that are above us that give us instruction so that we may stay within the spirit and not in the flesh. This is a powerful book you're holding. This is a powerful understanding you're hearing, right? From straight from the heavens to overcome your adversity, okay, is not a small thing, right? Philippians 4:14 says, "Notwithstanding ye have well done, that ye did communicate with my affliction." Ooh. The Lord got your back, man. Okay, the Lord got your back. All right. I had some scriptures pulled up, and I wanted to go ahead and get that real quick. Right? This is Proverbs 24:10. It says, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." That's right. Let's read it again. "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small." That's right. Verse 11, it says, if thou forbear to deliver them that are drawn into death, and those that are ready to be slain. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it? And he that keepeth thy soul, does not he know it? And shall not render to every man according to his works? Right. Your faith is small. Your faith is small. Your strength is small. You faint in adversity because you don't think upon the heavens. You're not rested. You're not rooted and rested. That's those words. I love those two words. They go together beautifully. You're not rooted and you're not rested, because the scripture says, "Those who are weary rest with us," right? And in order to not faint in the day of adversity, or as in the scripture it talks about that parable of him sending the different winds beating upon the house, and if the foundation is not rooted, guess what? It's going to be uprooted. Like I said, the Lord is poetic, man. Okay. And if you want this blessing, and I'm not bullshitting, if you truly want this blessing, you got to go through it to get to it, right? This is Genesis 32:22. It says, "And he rose up that night," and this is talking about the story of Jacob wrestling the angel, okay, and the adversity he had to go through to get that blessing. It says, "And he rose up that night and took his 2 wives as 2 women servants, and his 11 sons, and passed over the ford Jabbok." It says, "And he took them and sent them over the brook, and sent over what that he had," right, to make sure that they were protected. It says, verse 24, "And Jacob was left alone, and there wrestled a man with him until the breaking of the day." So this man wrestled all day. You know the amount of strength and conditioning you have to be in to wrestle all freaking day? You got to be powerful. And not only that, it's an angel. So you got to use every breath you got in your lungs to subdue this angel, and even still, right? It says, "And when he saw that he prevailed not against him, he touched the hollow of his thigh." Ooh, ooh, a torn thigh muscle. Oh my goodness. The pain. You can't plant. You can't even really put. It's just pain, right? My favorite quotes from Rocky 3 with Clubber Lang. he said, the reporter said, "Clubber Lang, what is your prediction for the fight tonight?" Clubber Lang said, "Well, my prediction? Pain." That's what it's going to be in adversity, bro. That's what it is in adversity, pain. Okay? It says, he touched the hollow of his thigh, and the hollow of Jacob's thigh was out of joint as he wrestled with him. And he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. You got to have the spirit and the willpower of your forefather, the one we're reading about here, Jacob. Your brother, if your father goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Jacob, all right, you have the spirit. If either you are the elect or you're not. That's what it comes down to, and it's going to be demonstrated through the spirit. Your spirit will be touched by those spirits, and you will be of one of those ones that have the eyes salve and the ears to hear, and the fight and the willingness to fight. Right? It says, and he said, let me go, for the day breaketh. And he said, I will not let thee go, except thou bless me. And he said unto him, what is thy name? And he said, Jacob. One of your forefather goes back to one of the 12 tribes of Jacob, man. This is a possibility, brothers and sisters. Okay. It says, and he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. Okay. For as a prince has thou power with the Most High and with men, and has prevailed. And Jacob asked him and said, tell me, I pray thee, thy name. And he said, wherefore is that thou dost ask after my name? And he blessed him there. And Jacob called the name of the place Peniel, for I have seen the Most High face to face, and my life is preserved. Whoo, boy, come on now. He worked for that blessing, just like you working. Brothers, you putting up these lessons, you going on highways and hedges, you doing what is asked of you to the best of your ability. Women, you as well. You're serving your man. You're being a helpmeet. Yeah, there will be ups and downs, because we're in the flesh too, unfortunately. But that does not stop your resolve, because you are powerful as well. We are powerful as a team. Okay? The children are obedient. Yes, we're in this world. Yes, Christmas looks appealing. But when you've been taught right and raised right by your parents, trust me, it's a blessing. You want to work for this blessing. See, you're going to have to work. That's how the Lord works, man. You want this blessing, you're going to work for it. So, with that, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Harakakadash, Shalom to the elect.